Welcome back, everyone, to the next installment of Deadly Premonition 2. We're about to have a talk with Mr. Danny Clarkson, just as soon as I get rid of that waypoint from my map, but let's listen to his drunken ramblings. This ought to be something. We followed the eerie Dalmatian, we solved the water tower problem, but now there's this.
I could arrest you for drunk driving, but I simply haven't got the time.
Also, what's with the sunglasses? Or is it to try to hide his eyes because he's drunk?
What? What did you say? Ever since you got here, my whole family. Now they're all dead.
That is true. But what Lena did, I believe, was going to happen with or without our interference.
You're Satan. You came here to destroy the Clarksons. You destroyed them. Satan.
Satan? Not quite, Daniel. I'm just an agent carrying out a mission in accordance with federal law. On the contrary, I came to put a stop to all these problems. You might even consider thanking me for it.
Dude.
Federal law. Mission accordance.
See, here's the thing. Thank us for what? For what? Lena blew up her whole family. We didn't stop that, even if we solved it.
Did you hear that? Bastard wants me to thank him. I lost everything. My treasure. At least my old baby girl. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do now.
You reap what you sow.
God damn it.
Whether you like it or not, you're the new heir to the Clarkson legacy. You could rebuild their empire, or resign it to the ravages of time. Do whatever you like. But you'll no longer be able to borrow a certain someone's power and march around like you own this town. You need to accept that and prepare to survive.
Oh boy.
Zach, it's no use. The skeletal gentleman is a strict one, that's for sure. We're going to have to figure out what the giant lady's finger is if we want to continue on with this oracle. Lady's finger. Lady's finger. I'm at a loss, Zach. The only thing that comes to mind is a certain lady in glasses who displayed her middle finger to a truck driver. The student driver who was driving the car that Leslie Nielsen jumped into in order to chase down a criminal.
What, the Naked Gun or something?
1988, directed by David Zucker, The Naked Gun. That car chase was terrific. It felt like we were watching one of our own car chases from the real world. That director must have gotten some advice from actual police officers.
The Naked Gun is a comedy.
Otherwise, there's no way he would have been able to film such a realistic chase.
Hey, Agent York, can I say something? If you're looking for ladies' fingers, you know that's another name for okra, right?
Another name for okra?
Yeah, okra's pretty common here in Louisiana, so most people know about its other name.
Wait a minute. When we were in cold storage and looking at the boxes, I think York just kind of imagined what was in them. What's in them? Okra. Yeah, okra. I'm sure of it.
Huh. Okra. My talented assistant strikes again. You solved the oracle instead of me. Let's hurry over to the okra farm at once, then, and find the biggest piece of okra while we're at it.
Hey, Agent York.
The key word is giant, so it must be rather large. I'll bet it looks positively grotesque, Zack. And just imagine the stickiness. Ooh, I think I'll refrain from taking a bite.
Hey, Agent York! Our town doesn't have an okra farm.
No? Okra farm?
Relax. Just follow me. I reckon I know where we're supposed to go.
Patricia seems to know what the giant lady's finger is. Follow her. We're just gonna leave Danny like this? Brutal. Ah, so it's another follow mission. But she's faster than that Dalmatian. Credit where it's due. Ugh. Oh, good. Am I not allowed to inspect this because I'm doing a mission? What a pain.
This is the giant lady's finger, Okra Boy.
Wow.
He's kind of like the town mascot.
Okra boy. You're right. No matter how you look at him, he really is a giant lady's finger. But Patty, there's no okra farm in this town, is there?
That's right.
Then why did they choose okra for the town mascot?
Good question. He's been here for as long as I can remember. Daddy said he remembers Okra Boy being around when he was a kid, too.
Maybe the town had an okra farm?
The plot thickens. Zack, doesn't it look like he's pointing at something? Let's follow that white glove. Patty, that's it.
Clever. Head to where Okra Boy is pointing, the drawbridge control room. Alright. Cool. Drawbridge. Look both ways before crossing the street. I know the thing's behind me, but it looks like there's nothing else here.
So this used to be the control device for the drawbridge, but it looks like its insides have been replaced with something else.
Oh, yeah. I remember Daddy telling me about this. This drawbridge hasn't been used for decades now. So the control room doesn't work, and the power's been disconnected.
Interesting.
A password that requires 3 letters?
Looks that way.
What's this, then? There's an H on the top, bottom, and left sides of the leftmost panel.
Patty, trial and error won't get us anywhere. There are 26 letters in the alphabet, which makes for 17,576 different combinations if we use 3 of them.
Dude, did you... Did you just know that?
Let's try something more efficient.
I know that. I was just fiddling with it. So, what do you want to try, Agent York?
Just leave this to Zack and I.
Zack and me. Find out what the 3 letters really mean.
Zack, this password may look complicated at first glance, but you needn't worry. This is a chemical formula, a challenge from Professor R, The H that's tattooed all over the leftmost panel stands for hydrogen. In other words, the leftmost panel represents the molecule you get when 3 hydrogen atoms merge. All we need to do is figure out which chemicals go in the remaining panel. Try reviewing what we know. We spoke to the 17 comrades who saw the birth of New Orleans, filled the Holy Allah, then found the giant lady's finger pointing toward the entrance to the Forbidden. After we met the 17 comrades, we encountered that ominous red tree. There was sap dripping out from the red tree's trunk, wasn't there? That must have been a metaphor for wood vinegar. Then, in order to fill the Holy Allah, we went to the reservoir. The water tower represents a distillator, and the water represents coolant. Wood vinegar, distillator, and water, Zach. Figured it out yet? The chemical formula is CH3OH, methanol. It's got to be COH, starting from the left in that order.
How the hell do you
Methanol
get
is
that?
highly flammable and used as the base ingredient in formaldehyde. This has Professor R's name written all over it. That oracle.
Unbelievable. That's crazy.
That must be the entrance to the Forbidden, Zach.
All right.
You can't touch that.
Whoa.
Smarty pants scientist said no.
Avery Smith.
Drawbridge don't work no more. The machine's junk. Yup.
You're right, Avery, but don't worry. I got permission to touch it.
Permission? Agent York, you got permission?
That's right. Permission from the President of the United States.
The president? Oh, he's a smarty pants. Okay. I didn't see nothing. Yup. Won't tell no one neither.
Hey, Agent York, are you really going in there?
Yes, I have to, for the sake of the investigation.
I'm getting kinda scared.
That's a rare word to hear coming from your mouth, Patty. I don't see much in there aside from some overgrown weeds, do you?
No, that's not it. I'm not scared of the weeds. I'm scared of what you'll find, Agent York.
You don't need to worry, Patty. You're my precious assistant, remember? I promise I'll protect you, no matter what happens.
Okay, it's time to step inside. They're building this one up.
Patty, the truth is, when I first saw Okra Boy, I remembered something horrific. The most evil monster I've ever seen, in fact.
A monster?
Oh yes, a demon incarnate who plunged New York City into mortal fear. The Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man.
Amazing.
Marshmallow?
Ghostbusters, 1984, directed by Ivan Reitman. Now that's a film that was filled to the brim with bona fide horror. A true masterpiece that boasted an honest depiction of just how frightening a real ghost would be. Even if you watched it now, I'm sure it would still chill you to the bone.
I mean, that one librarian ghost scared people, I suppose.
First night I watched it, I was too afraid to go to the bathroom alone, so I made Zach come with me.
The door.
Now that the door's been unlocked, it's time to step inside. Head to the control cabin. Oh, and she's with us? begins. I trust that she's right behind us.
Are you in pain?
What? Whoa!
Want to die?
Yeah, I shot Patty, breach of contract. Ah, damn it. Protect her from all the evils, and I just shoot her with my Mr. Alligator. Remember, though, they are rubber bullets. They're non-lethal.
You're powerless.
That took too long. Do you think? Oh, cold or chill? Great. Inamorata? Anyway, let's cure my cold or chill if I can. Poison, paralysis, UV rays, drowsiness. I don't think I have a cure for a cold or a chill.
Did you notice anything strange before?
Sorry. Really? Also notice that these are overworld monsters. They're red rather than just regular stuff you fight in a dungeon. So I guess the tentacles are, or maybe tendrils, are not just ambient things. They're a particular attack from these ghosts. Columbina fragments. Can I just go in the damn house? I still see more junk on my radar, though. Like this gentleman. Was I really supposed to just kill all of these guys? But they're spawning behind me? Like, what is this?
Hurts, don't it? There's enough. Void.
What are they saying?
So, what other movies have you seen
So,
on
anyway.
the Sci-Fi Movie Channel?
Enough of that. When am I done with these clowns? This is very irritating. Do I really have to kill them all?
Hurts, don't it? There's nothing. Ah, curse.
What else have you seen on that Sci-Fi Movie Channel?
We really like our sci-fi movies. Am I, God forbid, almost done? You cool? Oh, thank God. That was annoying, and I have a cold. Is Patty aware that I'm just... Oh, that's funny. Just doing Videodrome stuff. No fun music while I'm on the skateboard this time, but hey, what do you expect?
Zach, I think we found a laboratory.
Alright, anything to see? There's the obvious thing we need to inspect, of course. We do have a toolbox. Do I have any cold restoratives? I got anti-drowsiness. Oh, my inventory is full. Damn. I do have one cold bee gun. I have way too much coffee. Alright, we're looking better. I guess I'll save. Inspection start. There's only one thing to see. It's the organ.
Ugh.
That's it. Journal.
A research log. No, it looks more like a journal. Look, Zach. This belonged to Lena Doman.
I'm leaving behind this research journal for the one who will carry on my plan.
A professor to the very end. This book is filled with all sorts of detailed notes.
Interesting. Research device.
She studied abroad during school. Most likely in order to get as far away from her father's prejudice as possible. Abroad, she studied chemistry and fire dynamics, then cultivated the groundwork for Sang Rouge. If what's written in this journal is to be believed, Sang Rouge is a naturally derived substance. That must mean it's something akin to ayahuasca, the hallucinogen found in the Amazon region. But Sang Rouge wasn't actually produced here. It appears that a special environment is necessary to summon the Red Demon.
Desk.
Zach, look at this. It says that when Lena was still known as Lenny, she once fell in love with a woman. She fell in love with her older sister. That matches up with what PJ mentioned just before he died. And apparently, they had a daughter. The Clarksons' family tree is far more complicated than I could have imagined.
You can say that again.
And here it says that the Clarksons' older daughter later fell in love with someone in town and got married. Then she must still be somewhere in this town. Hey, Patty, did you know about all this?
I don't know.
Journal again.
This entry is from right after she became Lena. Zach, what could this mean? A salesman passing through town gave me an epiphany that changed my life.
Oh
She
boy.
didn't create San Rouge until after she met this person. And from that point onward, she started fanatically worshipping someone. She also ceases to mention anything more about her older sister, and the word goddess of fertility starts appearing everywhere.
Disturbing. Walkie-talkie.
The final entry, written just before she headed to the Clarksons' house. No one can stop my plan. Not even me. My only worry now is P. I only pray the Fool King can stop him.
Is P Patty?
Zach, it looks like we've uncovered yet another new character. Who's the Fool King? This is starting to read like a badly written tragedy.
That book's called The Rare
And P.
Plants.
It appears that Lena's worried about whether or not the Fool King will be able to stop our investigation and successfully murder this P character. P. Philip? Or Professor?
No, it's Patricia. Patricia Clarkson. The last words.
No. It can't be. Oh. Whew.
No, don't kill him!
Less than good.
Oh. Hi there, Hundan. Long time no see. This is definitely your simplest oracle by far. Patty. Now it all makes sense. Zach, we need to hurry back to the hotel and put all this in order.
Yeah, this is a concern. It is time to return to York's room and review the case. Alright, here we go. Where is the nearest... Well, the bridge is the nearest shortcut. Oh, that automatically took me off the skateboard. Alright, fine. I guess red exclamation just because I absolutely need to use it to leave. The lock is green again. I am allowed to leave. Now back to the hotel, please. Which is actually not far from here. It's across the bridge, is it not?
Lena Doman, aka Professor R. How could such an intelligent person like her suffer such a tragic downfall? Does the South really corrupt people like Patty said? This sunlight certainly seems capable of breaking someone down. No matter how you try to resist it, it's so hot it feels like I'm burning up. But that doesn't explain it. Perhaps we really do need to focus on the Clarkson bloodline itself. Everything in this town, whether it's visible or invisible, it all carries shades of their influence. Buildings, people, conversations, food, right down to each blade of grass. There isn't anything beyond the reach of the Clarksons' breath. Even San Rouge itself was created by Clarkson blood.
No way. Is that Xavier from the jazz club? Hey, buddy. Anyway. Let's go to our room.
We found many new truths hidden in Lena Doman's journal, and some of them went far beyond our wildest dreams.
Evidence organization, start.
First, we should clear up who PJ's first daughter is. She was a complete mystery until now, but after reading Lena's journal, I became convinced of something. She still lives somewhere in this town. Lena's journal stated that this woman married someone from the same town. Did you figure it out yet, Zach? Who is PJ Clarkson's first daughter?
It's gotta be Candy Woods. Also, wait a minute, Alexis Jawara? Was she related to David? But anyway, Candy Woods.
Yes, Melvin's beloved wife and the most beautiful woman in town, Candy. She's PJ Clarkson's first daughter, which means that just like Galena, Candy also carries his blood. Now we know why Melvin said that Galena was a beauty who could attract a lot of attention. Candy had no interest in the inheritance and was also sexually liberated. That must be why PJ ended up coddling Lena so much. Candy is supposedly sick, but she's now become a key person in our case. She must be why Melvin's gone missing. Melvin's beloved wife, Candy, committed a transgression in her past. Zach, what was it?
Henpecked Melvin? No. Intercourse with her brother, who had not yet come out.
That's right. Candy had intercourse with Lena.
Her own sibling. There, let me help you out there, York.
Then she gave birth to a child that we know very well. We never heard any mention of her biological father anywhere in town, despite how much these country folk love to spread rumors. I knew there had to be some secret connected to her birth, but I never thought it'd be something like this. It's beyond anything I ever could have imagined, Zach. Next up is the Fool King, Zach. All you need to do is pick out the person who acted most like a fool when we encountered them. Honestly, the answer is clear, and it's a painful one to accept, isn't it, Zach?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but it's going to be Melvin.
Melvin. He's got to be the Fool King. The way he's acted from the moment he located Lisa's body up to now. The way Galena was murdered, silenced, without any resistance. His discord with the Clarksons. The words PJ left behind. And the engineer boot prints we saw at the discovery site. It feels like the missing puzzle pieces are all falling into place now. But why did he decide to take part in Lena's plan? According to Patricia, he seemed to be avoiding Lena.
Well, he did use bigotry as an excuse, but it might also be because Lena is Patricia's biological parent.
There's no way he actually could have believed that the goddess of fertility would come and save the town. Oh, so that's it, Melvin. As you nursed Candy, you too became corrupted by Sang Rouge. Drugs rob people of their judgment. They slowly but surely eat away at their users. That's most likely the reason it took Lena so long to enact her plan. I don't know what to say, Zach. This is absolutely unbearable. Lena fell in love with her older sister Candy, and the two of them had intercourse. But afterwards, Lena realized that there was a disparity between her body and her mind, and descended into suffering. Finally, Lena left home and decided to live on as Professor R. Meanwhile, Candy fell in love with Melvin, which led to her leaving home as well. I could only guess that Lena and Candy's relationship continued after they left home. Then, their strange love transformed into something else that bound them together in a powerful new way. Lena must have periodically delivered Sang Rouge to Candy as offerings to the goddess of fertility. It's hard to keep going with this, Zach. You know where it's all leading, don't you? If Lena's plan was to kill off every last Clarkson aside from her goddess,
Then that means Patty.
then her next target is PJ's last living descendant. She's in danger. We need to hurry.
Of course we do. You're exactly right. We need to stop Melvin and Candy. They're all the same thing. $10.
Zack, the climax is upon us. Whoever hit me in that control room sure wasn't holding back. The blow was so devastating that I passed out instantly. There aren't many people who could do that. Oh, they hit me right in my head, so my memories are fuzzy. Not my finest hour, to say the least. Now, what should we do next? First, we're going to need to refresh ourselves a little. Sunbathing, Zack. Let's go bask in some liquid sunshine that's just as hot as the sun out there.
There's only one drink that can refresh you right now. Oh boy, a lot is going on. Speaking of refresh ourselves, no monetary bonus for that because I haven't let myself go, but hey. Maintaining personal hygiene. Alright, with this amazing music playing in the background, for now it is time to stop the installment. Well, we certainly made a lot of progress today, didn't we? We solved the mystery of the giant ladyfinger, it was Okra Boy, and we made our way into what turned out to be Lena's base of operations. But alas, we got knocked out, and Patty got captured. There's only, I guess, 2 Clarksons left. There's Lena's older sister, Patty's mother, and apparently Patty herself. The game really doesn't make a point of saying it out loud, but that has to be it. And that may be part of the reason why Melvin is not a big fan of Lena, because Lena might be Patty's biological parent, assuming I am concluding this correctly. Could it be that Melvin's the one who knocked us out? Well, either way, we have to stop him and Candy. We'll do what we have to. Until next time, everyone.